Hey everyone, welcome to episode number 43 of the Reseller Stew. Today we are going to talk about buying boo-boos. I've personally never made any of those mistakes, so I'm leaving it up to Tonya and April to tell us all about it. So, but we as resellers constantly have something in our, collection that we've bought, and made, and it was just a big mistake. I do it all the time. So I thought it would be something that we could touch on today. A little lighthearted stuff right before the holiday, nothing too serious. So I'm not going to ask how y'all's week was because that hasn't gone well for me for the past 10 times. So I'm just going to go into whatever we do. You guys can just talk. Now, how's everybody doing this week? We're doing good. We're doing good.
Doing good.
Everybody got their shopping done. Do you do turkeys?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't do it. My grandparents are doing the turkey.
What about you, April? Do you make a big Thanksgiving dinner or no? You go out for turkey?
We cooked last year, but this year we're contributing to my boyfriend's family's Thanksgiving so that we don't have to cook, so we can just go eat. That's
nice. Yeah, last year we went to my cousin's. It's hard whenever the elders of the family pass away, so everybody kind of tries to get together, but they really just kind of go off into their own little family things, and extended family has gotten so much larger on the lower bars, like the lower branches of the tree. So, yes. Yeah, it's hard to get everybody together nowadays, but last year we went to my cousin's, and but this year we're gonna, I think, go out to my dad's. So it's just going to be me and my husband, Maria, my dad, and my stepmom. So
that'd be nice.
Yeah, so I'm going to cook stuff.
Yeah. All I have to do is bring some rolls. I'm getting off really easy.
That is easy. That's good. Like, what'd you bring? A loaf of bread?
Well, I called my grandma this morning. I'm like, okay, what can I bring to help? And she said rolls, so I said, okay.
You know who they tell to bring rolls?
Oh, be quiet. Who? The ones that can't cook?
So what can I bring? Could you pick up a fruit tray? We really need a fruit tray.
Oh, come on. I'm a good little cook.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, so I'm going to do the whole thing. Turkey. My dad loves ham. And I got stuffing stuff, and then I want to make those Brussels sprout bacon skewers.
Those are so good. I want to make those too.
I love Brussels sprouts, and Brussels sprouts and bacon go together so well. So.
I have an awesome recipe I'm going to send you. I make it at least once a month.
Really roasted Brussels sprouts with like shallots and bacon on them. They're so good.
Yeah, I
love it. Yeah, and then probably like a pecan pie, and then like a potato.
Sweet potato. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm going to do mashed potatoes or if I'm going to do sweet potatoes. We'll see.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see. I still have to go to the grocery store. So, all those people. It's going to be all people.
Right? People-y.
It's going to be all people-y. But,
yeah, I'm not used to those crowds either.
That's what happens when you're late. So,
yeah.
I'll deal with it. Make sure you guys take your turkeys out of the freezer. They need to be thawing as of like yesterday. So don't be like taking them out tomorrow.
We went out last night and got 3 buckets of chitlins. That's really fancy.
That's fancy. It's a delicacy.
I was so excited about that.
All right, so did any of you guys go shopping this week? Were you shopping at the door?
Yeah, I was shopping at the garage sales.
What'd you pick up? Did you pick up anything good?
Okay, I got a couple of things to show y'all. So ever since I sold all those Texas State Capitol ornaments, anytime I see the ornaments like this in the box, I pick them up. And so this one is the White House, what does it say? It's a 2016 Christmas ornament from the White House. So I paid 50 cents for it, and I'm hoping to get at least 20 for it. Not as much as the others, but a good little flip there. And then I picked up this little jewelry piece here. Where is it? It's this little seahorse, And look at the clasp. Oops, it's a mermaid. And it's by, where's my camera? Oh, there it is. It's by Mary DelMarco.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I had never even heard of Mary DelMarco until I picked this up, and I only paid $1 for it. I got a bunch of jewelry, and she only charged me $1 for all of it, and a lot of the pieces were sterling silver. So I didn't really see anything exactly like mine, so I'm going to list it for $39.99.
Is that one silver too, or no?
I haven't really looked into it a whole lot. I don't know. It looks like it could be, just by looking at it. But yeah, I was excited to learn about a new brand I'd never heard about.
Yeah, that's really cool too. I probably would have picked that up, and I don't even pick up jewelry.
Right?
What about you, April? Do you go shopping?
Not as much as usual.
Which means nothing.
I haven't been shopping since Saturday. That's like some kind of record for me.
Oh my goodness, are you like shaking and like you got this like itches?
No, I got so much stuff here to list. It's not even funny.
So what'd you pick up, April? You got any notables?
I'm looking around.
I know.
It's been rough. It's been rough out in these streets. I picked up a pair of jeans recently. I have them right here beside me. These are.
Oh, yeah. Even I know what those are, and I don't even sell them.
Yeah, these are double R Ralph Lauren jeans, selvage. And I got these at Uptown Cheapskate, which is fairly new to our area, and they were on clearance for $5.
Wow.
So what are you planning on listing those for?
I think they'll go for about between 80 and probably 95.
So what's the most that you would spend on a double R, like branded jeans?
I think when Uptown first opened, I got a pair new, and they probably were close to $20, maybe even $25. And I sold those for like 170 eventually. But unless they're new, like I'm probably not going to pay more than like $30.
Okay. That's good to know. I went shopping, but I don't remember if this is the stuff that I bought last week or not. I think it is, because I think this is the stuff I did the haul video from. Because that was, oh yeah, because I bought that scientific something thingy, and people told me it was a home run, but I haven't even looked at it since I did the haul video. This thing, precision charging system, and then it's a pain management deal, and it has like a remote inside, and this is the Boston Scientific is who it is. It has this little controller inside, and I saw some of these were listed for like $250.
Wow.
But I don't really know, and I haven't touched it since I bought it. So, but I paid $5.99 for this, and people in the chat were saying that it was like a home run, but I don't know. I haven't done too much research on it or any.
Yeah, you'll have to keep us posted how you do with that.
Well, I'm concerned about it because it's a prescription item. So I don't even know if I can sell it. I don't know if the ones that are listed just fell through the cracks or not. So I don't know what to do with it. And then I posted over in the $1,500 room. I was at Sprouts Grocery, and they had some chemical-free, all-natural, like, lice treatments. They're called, like...
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
They're called Lice Tissue. So it was, like, 3 complete sets and then, like, a detangling spray. So I bought all 6 items. And there's none listed on Amazon. Like, there's no sellers right now. But it still has a 94,000 rank. So I'm thinking that it just sold out. So I'm going to have to list them over there. I looked on eBay, and they were selling for like $30 for some of just like the set. So I figured if I put them together, I might be able to get a pretty penny for them. Or put them up over on Amazon. I need to look at Keepa because I haven't looked at Keepa yet. I could probably bring that up. Since we're a teaching show, I mean, let me see if I can bring it up here. Because I'm pretty sure they clearanced out, like, at all the stores. Like, and Sprouts is, I don't know if it's nationwide, but it's definitely, like, highly, you know, like a large regional area.
I don't think I've ever
I know
heard
they're
of
in
it.
California. It's called Lice Knowing You. Okay, so I don't know if this is it. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just making up things. Okay, that one's sold out, and oh, that didn't help at all.
What is it? It's like a natural.
Yeah,
Like,
it's here, I'll show you. It's these dillies. Knockout system is to make them dead. All right, so I'm checking on Keepa here. Let me share with you so you know what I'm talking about of how you can kind of look at Keepa to see what. I hate you, Google. You're horrible. You make my life so complicated sometimes. Let me try this again.
so were people really standing far away from you when you were checking out?
Yes, that was the post I did. Okay, like there was a lady and her little girl standing, like holding their stuff. Like she didn't even put it on the belt. There was nothing on the belt besides my 6 items. And standing at the back, like with her kid. And I was like, what is this lady's problem? Like, why don't she? And I'm like, oh, because I have all these lice treatments.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, that's why. Okay, so here's a Keepa chart on this item. And you can see it looks like it just sold out on the 19th. And it was selling for $29.97. And that person only had them in stock for 3 days.
Wow.
Then it looks like there was another one that was listed for 1 day, and it sold on the 7th. But prior to that, they were not in stock since September the 16th. And they were listed for $54.99 when they sold. And then you can see they were out of stock since September the 16th. And then they came in stock for 1 day at a really low price. And then out of stock again. And then they came into stock at $44.99, sold in 1 day, and then they came back in stock on the 16th. So now they're sold out. So I'm thinking that I can list the 3 that I have for like $49.95.
Definitely. Yeah, you're going to merchant fulfill that?
I think I'm just going to go ahead and merchant fulfill it.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, it's just going to ship in a flat rate pattern mailer.
Yeah, you'll make more money that way. It's not
getting destroyed. I need to take some goof off to this, which if you take goof off and you lightly, like, if you spray it on the rag, don't spray it on the item. Spray it on the cloth, and then you just, like, really quickly go like that. It'll take it off without ruining your packaging. If you spray it on the packaging or you rub for too long, like you don't have your rag, like, saturated, and you rub for too long, you're going to mess the whole thing up. So, but you have to make sure you do the noise, though, or it won't work. So that's all that I bought. My GoDaddy was like, you made negative $500 this week. And I was like, oh, man, I really need a budget better. I need to get my budget plan started because it was like a big fail.
Yeah.
Like my expenses were like $900 and my sales were like $500.
Oh gosh.
Kathy says 10 units need an RX. You know, they sell 10 units now, like at the store. And I mean, at like, just like over the counter. They, so I'm not sure if eBay is going to end up changing that 10s units like are not considered like where they get pulled, because some of the units are just sold regular, like on the shelf at Walgreens and, oh yeah, somebody in the chat says at Walmart. So, because I bought one for my husband just like 2 weeks ago at Walgreens. No prescription needed. So, I guess let's get into our sales. I want to start with Tonya, because she sent me her things.
Okay.
Sure.
So, all the Scentsy buddies I showed you guys last week, am I going?
Yeah, you're going. I'm sorry, something fell and it was really scary.
But I'm not echoing?
No?
Okay.
I thought you said, are you going?
Oh.
I was like, yeah, you're going.
So I don't know how many I bought. I don't know, a whole bunch of them. And the ones that were in the boxes I only paid $2 for. And the ones that were not in the boxes I only paid $1 for. So I've sold 2 on Amazon, one for $69 and then one for $59. Actually 3 and then one for like $18 that didn't have the box. And then last night I sold this one here on eBay for $49.99. And again, with these Scentsy buddies, it goes with my new saying, you can't make a lot of money unless you ask for a lot of money, because when I was doing my research, I was seeing a lot of these going for like $25 and $30. And I thought, no, you know, mine is like new in the box. It has the tags on it. I'm going to ask a lot. And so sure enough, I got what I was asking. So I'm excited. I've already sold a whole bunch of them.
That's amazing. Yeah, I've only found them used. But I always pick them up if I see them, and they're kind of easy to spot, because don't they all generally have this kind of material on their legs?
Yes, they all look like that.
Because I remember like picking up a frog one just based off of the legs sticking out of the thing.
Yes, and I didn't buy these at the thrift store, y'all. I picked all these up at a garage sale. And so then my other sale, I'm super excited. I also sold this last night too. So a few weeks ago, I showed you guys these earrings right here. They came in a jewelry jar I paid like $25 for. Well, they sold last night for $79. Yay!
That is so awesome.
Yeah, I'm super excited. They were kind of weird, huh? But, you know, weird sales.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, this is something that, did you know the price of, or did you just kind of create that value?
No, it actually had the price, the original price on the back. And so I just went with that price. And it was $80 even, it says on the back. Can you see it?
That's so awesome.
Yeah. So I was excited.
Hey, I wanted to ask you a question. I noticed it looks like you have like first class shipping on here. Do you typically ship out $80 items first class? Because I know I personally, like if I have something that's more expensive but it's going to go first class, I go ahead and just put it £1 priority. So that way that it's covered by insurance.
That's a good idea. I'll ship it that way. I'm going to ship it as soon as we wrap up the show today.
Yeah.
So that's a good point. Like courtesy upgrade for it because they spent so much.
Yeah, and then you're covered if it gets lost. Because if you shipped it first class and it got lost, then you're just stuck with that.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah,
$80.
Definitely. Thanks.
Hey, at least it showed me your shipping this time. Most of the time I look at it, it's like, you've got to ask the seller how much the shipping is.
I don't know why.
I don't know either.
It's crazy.
Maybe it's because I live so far away.
Yeah, you live real far away.
What about you, April? Do you have any, like, good sales this week? Okay, did you have any good sales to us? Because every time I ask you about good sales, you're like, no, it's just normal. It's because all your sales are awesome. And then...
And the couple I have, I mean, that's the thing. My volume these days is really, really low. So, yeah. And the past 2 weeks, I've been doing a lot of, like, huge sales. Like, I did that 40% off, and I think over the weekend I did a 30% off, and I've been running either 15 or 20 almost constantly. trying to move things since I'm not listing that much. The best sell I had this week was a coat that I sold. It was a Ralph Lauren overcoat, and it was a wool cashmere blend, and it sold for $119, and I paid $12.99 for that.
Nice.
So do you find that most of the cashmere blend type items do pretty well, like on the jackets and coats and stuff?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like this time of year, I think I said this last time I was on, that's the first section I go to in a thrift store is the coats and the jackets. And there's most of the ones I've been listing have sold within 3 weeks in the past probably month or so. So, I mean, they sell fast. I'll say past couple of months. When I list them, they sell. They're gone.
So for somebody that doesn't normally pick up coats and jackets and stuff, what would be an indicator that, you know, this cashmere blend jacket is a good buy, or just the fact that it's a cashmere blend jacket?
Honestly, any brand that you would normally pick up and like other clothing items, it's going to be like a super plus in a coat and a jacket. Let me look through my sales here just to kind of give you an example of the brands of coats that I'm selling. The Ralph Lauren was by far like the most outstanding. I think I told you guys last time that I picked up those 2 Banana Republic coats. That's a brand that even though it's something of a mall brand, they still make some really, really high quality items. And you, over time, just learn how to recognize those when you see them. I sold a Patagonia jacket. I sold a thin women's leather jacket. It was by Worth, which is not a brand that I normally sell, but that was $40. I think I got it for $1, which is the only reason I picked it up. It was on clearance. Yeah. Cashmere. Awesome.
I didn't have any great sales. Things have been like really slow on my side, and it's just because I haven't been listing. I have not been listing at all. Right now I'm in the process of reorganizing my office. I have like a whole nother day left on it. And so, but I did have one sale, let's see, that I brought up, and then I guess I closed down because I'm good like that. Hang on. Sorry. Let me get it back up here. Okay. So if you remember those cross stitches that I bought, they were Williamsburg, Virginia cross stitches, and they were already completed. They were in their frames. And I think I paid $5.99 for one and $4.99 for the other. Well, the other day, because I don't know if y'all remember, but I went through and I repriced my entire store. And I put it down to like kind of just my bottom line. You know, it was like,
right.
Here's what I want for this. And I took my best offer off. Well, that worked good, but then it's almost like using shampoo where after you use it for a while, it doesn't work anymore. And then you need new shampoo. Okay, so I had a new shampoo in my store. And so I basically went in and I was like, okay, well, I need to put best offer back on. So I went and I bulk edited all of my stuff that I bottom line priced 2 months ago and raised the price by 50% and then put best offer on it. Because pretty much what I did whenever I bottom line priced my stuff is I took 50% off. You know, I was like, all right, I can take, you know, it was $49, but I'll take $29 for it and whatever. So I raised my price 50% and then I put best offer back on my listings. Well, this item sold, I had it listed for $39.95. I raised the price by 50%, and then the person bought it full price, no best offer. So I was like, yeah, it was a win. Like,
right.
But here's those Williamsburg cross stitches that I bought.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so they went for $59.94 plus shipping. What I did to package these is I went to because they're big. My box was a 19 3/4 by 16 by 8, I believe, was my box. And so what I did is I went to the pool place and I picked up pool noodles. And I went ahead and I put the pool noodles around the frames. And then I put the 2 frames kind of back to back with little noodle pieces in the middle. And then I wrapped the whole thing in bubble wrap and put it in the box. So that's the way I shipped those. I was going to make a video about it, but I was already like halfway through when I thought
you should make a video. That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, I was already halfway through the shipping, and I was like, well, I don't want to take everything off that I just did, so I can make a video about how to ship these 2 picture frames.
Right.
So, but yeah, so that was my one big sale of the week. I have another big sale, but they haven't paid yet, so I didn't want to show it. But I sold that Tigger NASCAR Daytona jacket that I bought, the coat. I had paid, I think, $12.99 for it, and I ended up taking a best offer of $80, which is another item that I had priced at $99, no best offer, raised the price 50%, and then took a best offer of $80. So it really was only like $20 less than what I was originally. But she hasn't paid yet, but I know she's going to want it because her username is Mama Tigger. And that's the reason why I accepted the offer, because they only had like 20 feedback. And I was like, oh, I don't really want to. But then I was like, oh, well, they're totally a Tigger fan. I know they want this coat.
Yeah.
And I mean, how many 6X jackets are there, you know, in Tigger? So, like,
right.
Yeah. So I'm just waiting on them to pay.
That's a good sale.
Yeah, if they pay. But. What do we normally talk about? What's the other thing?
Learn anything new?
I did, but I don't remember what it was. I normally learn something new and then I just don't remember. Did you learn anything new?
I'm still waiting to hear back from that eBay Facebook about my sold listing showing up in my active listings. It's driving me bananas. I mean, I was thinking I was getting close to having 500 listings on eBay, which isn't the case because I'm really only like 400 and something, because my active or my sold ones keep showing up. And I have gone and deselected the option 1,000 times for it not to show up, but yet it, like Deb says, it's got to be some kind of a glitch.
Yeah, it's glitching back in as selecting the sold out of stocks and putting them back into her actives, even though they're not available to buy. Like, the customer can't buy them. They're just, it's annoying when you're scrolling down your thing, because I've done that before. I've had it come up and I'm just like, why is this still here? I already sold this. This is gonna, you know, if this sold again, it would be a defect. But then it's like, oh, it's not available to buy. But it's just really annoying to see it there.
It is.
It kind of really throws you off.
It does.
Well, I've been reorganizing my office, and I've been making everything pretty much like standing only. So I have a standing area desk now. Right now I'm sitting at my other desk, but it's not, it just has my laptop on it, and it's not really like a work area. And I have it set up that it's really uncomfortable because I hate using a touchpad. And so I don't have the external mouse set up. And so it's like I will not use the laptop for very long because for some reason, the way I hold my fingers when I'm doing gang signs now. When I hold my fingers to do the touchpad, for some reason it touches and then it makes like a little decrease motion or something. And so it minimizes, like it makes my screen really small. And I do it constantly. So I hate using a touchpad. And so I kind of set it up where my sitting area was really kind of uncomfortable and unusable to stop me from sitting and spending my day scrolling. Yeah. I walked 6,000 steps in my house the other day.
That's great.
And yesterday I did 5,000 steps just in my office cleaning. Like going back and forth in the hall and back in here. But I'm making progress. I got one more day, and then hopefully it'll be like Friday, because I won't be listing on Thursday. So Friday it'll be like bust out the listing.
I'm going to be listing early Thursday morning. Come on.
I have to cook. I got to cook stuff. Yeah. I don't get to just pick up rolls.
Rolls, right?
But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into our topic about boo-boos. I know I make mistakes pretty much every time I go shopping, and it's not just like, oh, I thought this was worth more than it is. I know with April, you do a lot of clothing, and do you find yourself coming home with stuff and then going, oh no, why did I, no?
Yes, I actually trashed a whole suit a couple of days ago, maybe a week ago. It was a lady suit, and it was older, and I knew that when I picked it up. I knew it was an older item, but when I turned it inside out, because on suits, I always do that, or sport coats, I always turn them inside out, and it was like disgusting. It was crazy. There were so many holes in it, and I was just like, get this away from me. And I had my boyfriend throw it out. So yeah, it happens. Absolutely.
So do you have, I've heard some sellers say that like whenever they buy suit jackets and stuff and then they find out like, oh, it's got some major defects or whatever, do you ever sell the buttons?
I actually have not found anything of that quality that was that damaged.
Gotcha.
So I probably would, but I haven't had the opportunity.
She's like, I make mistakes, but I don't make mistakes that big. What about you, Tonya? What do you like? What are your ones that I know I have a pattern in what I end up picking? You think I'd learn from my mistakes? I have a pattern with what I'd make mistakes on. What do you make your big buying boo-boos?
Well, usually when I'm going to take a chance and a risk on trying something new, I'm really trying not to get into it for that much money, which is why I usually might buy it because it's really cheap. And I think, hey, well, let me give this a shot and see if I can do something with it. But like, for example, some of you know, I picked up those creepy dolls a couple of weeks ago and tried to sell them on eBay. And I did run the listing for like $75 at best offer. But then somebody commented on one of my posts that they were composition dolls. And if you look up composition dolls on eBay, you will quickly realize that they are not worth a lot of money. I mean, some of them can be, but they're like a dime a dozen. There's a whole bunch of them. So, but I relisted it as a buy it now with a best offer because you never know. What if a movie set's looking for some creepy haunted dolls?
People don't know. I don't know what a composition doll is.
Well, I didn't either. Never had heard of it before.
Well, here's your creepy, funky dolls. They're so, like, wouldn't be in my house. I would have burnt them in the backyard.
No, they're at the storage unit. They're not in my house. So the storage unit is being haunted right now.
They're just
and I have them in a bag. I have them in a brown paper bag, so you can't even see them. And then I stapled it shut, and it just says creepy dolls on it with a black Sharpie. So
God forbid you go out there one day and like some staples came off or something.
Oh like, my gosh!
They would be in the street. They'd be in
the bags opened up. Oh. Oh gosh, I would be running out of there so fast. Oh my goodness! But yeah, I was only into that for $5 for both of them, so I'm not out a ton of money. And honestly, it was fun to make the listing. I had a lot of fun with it. So.
You know, that's the thing is I think some people are scared to just try something. That's why I tried, like, I pick up stuff pretty much every time I go to the store that is out of my norm, that I didn't really do a lot of research on, that I'm like, let me just see. Because that's really the only way you kind of learn is when you already have it and you're like, oh, let me see what this is worth. Because when you're in the store, you're not really, like, sitting there, you know, doing real good research. It's just like a quick scroll, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like those knives that I picked up. I bought a bag of knives and I was like, oh, you know, they were really nice wood handled knives. And I was like, these gotta be worth something. And then I got them home. It was $6. I got them home and started doing research and I was like, okay, this was not this. I might be able to get my $6 back. Or we might have new knives in the drawer, you know, because, you know, and I take risks like that all the time. I think that's why I end up with a bunch of junk because it's the only way I learn. You know, that's the only, like when I was picking up vintage linens and I was picking up, you know, different housewares and little things that come in grab bags that you don't know what they are. And, you know, for $3, I don't mind taking a risk and just doing research and learning, because you're going to learn what not to buy and what to buy when you're doing your research.
Yeah.
And it makes the odds of you getting a really cruddy product in the future, you know, less. But I tend to pick up, my mistakes are generally me getting excited about something in a box that isn't that product in the box.
Oh, no.
Like, you know, when people buy something new to replace something and then they take the old one that doesn't work or it's all gross and they put it in the new box and then the store like seals it up.
Yes.
I have brought home, I don't know how many like boxes that just, I open them and I'm like, what? Oh, this is not good.
Oh my gosh. Do you know what? One time I had something happen to me. I bought my son's cousin, I bought him a Christmas gift, and it was like a Lego set. So we weren't even there when he opened it because we had given them the gifts, and I don't know, they opened them later or something. Anyway, come to find out, maybe it was a birthday gift. At any rate, when he opened the box, and I bought this new at Walmart, when he opened the box, there was like an empty razor blade package, some rocks in the box. I was mortified. I was like, oh my God, I was so embarrassed.
That's horrible.
I told my sister-in-law, I mean, I promise I bought this. She probably thinks, oh, she bought that at a garage sale or something, you know, but I was like, no, I bought it brand new at Walmart. I was so embarrassed. And of course I took it back and they gave me my money back, but
yeah, that totally happens though, because I bought a patio umbrella from Bed Bath & Beyond, and I got it to the house and I opened it up and it was totally just like a generic old cruddy, you know, from somebody's old set umbrella. So they must have bought it, packaged it up really nicely and took it back to the store, and then the store just put it back on the floor because it looked like it wasn't opened.
yeah, that must have been what happened with mine too.
Yeah, it was totally just, I was like, what in the world? But then you look like a ding-dong when you go to take it back to the store, because
Yep.
then they look at you like you did it. Like,
Yeah.
like, this lady's ripping us off.
Hmm. They should check those boxes anyway, even if they have to open them.
They don't. I have taken things back to Walmart. I could have put bricks in there. They never opened the box back up. Like, I'm just like, here, and they're like, is anything wrong with it? I'm like, no, I didn't need it, or it didn't work out, or it was the wrong one. And they never like open it to see like if it has all the pieces in there, or
That's crazy.
or anything. Just have a box of rocks, you know, just, there you go. But yeah, another thing that I tend to make mistakes is electronics. And it's just due to my lack of due diligence. I don't know why, but when I'm in the store, I don't do enough testing. I don't sit there and like really make sure it works. I just plug it in and make sure it turns on. And now our stores have fortunately, like the Goodwill has a 7-day return policy. It used to be 48 hours on electronics. 48 hours wasn't enough for me, because 48 hours that thing was still in the trunk of my car.
Right?
So by the time I'd bring it in and make sure it worked, I just have an electronic that doesn't work now. I did that with a bunch of VHSs. Like, I would accumulate these combo sets, like, because everybody was saying, oh, buy the combo VHS DVD players. And I would buy them, but then I wouldn't test them. And then I had like 7 of them sitting over here. By the time I finally tested them, not a single one of them worked.
Oh, no.
Like, none of them. And the other item that I stopped picking up just because I've actually had them work in the store, and by the time I got it home, it didn't work, and I've bought like 3 of these things that don't work, is the multi-disc changers, like the 200 CD disc changers and stuff. April, do you ever pick those up? How do you...
Yeah, I have 1 or 2 probably listed right now.
How do you have success with those? Because I have like 3 that...
They're tough. They're tough. I don't do electronics as much as I used to. for that
You
reason.
be like the electronics queen of the.
And you know what? Honestly, if I
in the store with a big E on her chest, like.
If I find one that's worth it, I'll still pick it up. I mean, I love boom boxes, but some of that stuff is just it's big, it's bulky, it's a lot of trouble.
Hey, April. It's just a boom bop. That's all it is. It's an attitude.
If it have a remote these days, I don't even know.
Yeah, mine never have remotes. The store. Well, you got to think about what happens with the remotes. Is the people take the stuff? I know they get there with remotes when the people are donating them, but the people that are taking the donations, they just end up in a big bin of stuff, and so then the remotes and the electronic are all separated.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Go check the remote section if you buy something.
Our store doesn't even have a remote section anymore. It used to have like bins of like remotes. They don't have those anymore. I don't know if they're going straight to the outlet or what they're doing with the remotes, but I haven't seen a remote bin in a long time.
Yeah, ours are usually like on the end cap in a little wire basket.
Yeah, there used to be, I mean, like there would be 100 remotes. It would be right next to the 100 adapters that are in a big pile of mesh tangled whatever. But what I try to do with like when I pick up things, fortunately I part things out. So when I pick up something that's really didn't work out, I can tend to get my money back just by parting it out. And I've heard like some sellers that do like scraps. Have you ever like do anything about doing like scraps of clothing? Like I guess if it's cashmere or a really desirable like fabric.
I've heard of people doing that, like selling it in a lot on eBay.
Yeah, like when you find a cashmere sweater and it ends up having a hole in it, then you can just like scrap it out.
Yeah.
I'm not good at accumulating stuff. Like, I know people are like, oh, I'm going to put this in my lot that I have this basket of whatevers, and whenever I get 30 of them, I'll sell them. Like, I'm not, do you do any of that stuff? Like, I know I'm not good at it. Like, I'm not.
I accumulate stuff very easily.
But on purpose. Do you do it on purpose?
No, I don't. I don't have the patience for that.
Yeah, because I see people like, oh, well, I have I have buttons that I save, and then when I get 100 buttons, I lot them out, and I have, this, pile of jean fabric that I've cut out for scrap for crafters, and I have, all these toilet paper rolls I've been saving, which I think is gross. If you really think about used toilet paper rolls.
There's so many things that you can craft with nowadays, and people do craft with toilet paper rolls. People craft with bottle caps, buttons, broken jewelry. I mean, all kinds of things. Pine cones, yeah, that's another good one.
I saw somebody ask a question in one of the groups about shipping tumbleweed.
Tumbleweed.
Yeah. And yeah, I did that one day when I was at a park. I was sitting there and I was like, these are some really big acorns. I wonder if acorns sell.
You should have scooped up a handful and tried it.
Well, I know Texas pecans sell. I looked those up. You can sell just pecans by the pound, by like 5-pound bag. You can go out to a park and just pick up free money off the ground.
Right, and not only that, but plants too. Like I've bought plants off of eBay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Seeds and such. Like you have to sell whatever you live close by. Like that person must live like in an area where they have a lot of tumbleweed or something. I don't know.
That's what they said. Like that they.
I think that's genius.
It is though. It's like my brother when he was younger. He would sell mistletoe. Like he would go get it out of the trees and then sell pieces of mistletoe during the.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Gotta make money when you're living in the hood. Projects kids with mistletoe.
It looks like you can get about $10 for 100 acorns.
Wow. Sounds like you need to make a trip back to the park, Deb.
If I come back next week and I have tubs of acorns back there, Y'all know I've lost my mind.
We should do some kind of a challenge to where, like, all of us have to source something, like in our front or backyard, and I think that would be so fun.
You just want us to go out and get some rocks and...
Or it could be something from your house. Like, I even heard of people buying empty prescription bottles. Like,
Jeff sells his prescription bottles.
Yeah, like I put nails in mine and tacks and, stuff like that.
You know what I have for stuff like that? Whenever Office Max does these for 25 cents, I go buy these little thingies. I don't have like 1,000 medicine bottles laying around with my right? Tacks and glitter in them.
But I'm crafty like that. Like, I like to repurpose things. So, yeah. I
recycle them. So they get made into things, I think. Unless we're just pretending to recycle and they end up in a landfill anyway. What was I going to say? Oh, another good thing about my boo-boos that I buy is that they accumulate and then I can take them back to Savers. And Savers will give you little hero cards when you donate, and you get a little punch for every bag that you give back. When I buy really cruddy, like when I get the plush bags and I have like 3 items that are good and then 10 items that aren't really worth my time, that basically equals a punch because plush takes up a lot of room. So that'll equal a whole bag of, donation. And so I'll just take my, things that I shouldn't have bought or things that didn't work out or stuff like that. And I just take them to Savers so I can get my punch cards, and then I get 30% off of my purchase.
You're so lucky you have a Savers by you.
Yeah, we have 3 in Austin, but they opened up one like a year or 2 ago, about 2 years ago, I think. That's not far from my house. I used to not like Savers. I wouldn't go at all, because I thought their prices were too high. Which they are sometimes, but I've been able to find some really good stuff there since I kind of branched out and stopped focusing. Because if you're only looking for plush and coffee cups, they're way overpriced. They're like $8 for a stuffed animal. Typically $2.99 is what they charge for stuffed animals, and their coffee cups are like $2.99. It's really stupid.
Yeah.
But... So what else? Do you guys have anything else you want to touch on? Are we just running out of things to talk about? Or
my huge bad purchases have all been FBA purchases. When I was out and I found something and it looked super awesome and I bought 30 of them, and all that stuff is now being shipped back to me courtesy of Amazon.
Yeah.
I have that issue going on right now where I have actually put a stop to buying a bunch of RA stuff because I do the research and it looks like a good purchase, and I buy 20 of them and then I don't sell any of them.
Or the price goes down really fast.
I have multiple things right now. I've got all those M&Ms that I bought. I have like $70 in M&Ms that are going to expire in 4 months. So they need to sell. And I haven't sold a single one. And my price is competitive. I'm the lowest price on Amazon. I have a very super competitive price. I think I'm the lowest price for what it is. On eBay, nothing. Got nothing. Not sold even one. I have all of these munchkins pouch things, pouch holders that I bought. I've got some water balloon slingshots that I bought. I did my research on it. Looked like a good buy. Nope. Nothing. Yep. What else do I have hanging? So yeah, I've basically put a stop to clearing shelves on buying stuff.
I'm not clearing any more shelves.
Yeah, because I don't understand it. It's okay, even now, looking at it, I can look at the numbers, I can look at and I'm like, that was a good buy. It's still there, and nothing's happening. And I'm like, what the heck am I going to do with M&Ms? I don't even like candy.
We have Toys for Tots donation boxes in our building, a lot of that stuff, I'm either going to donate the toys to Toys for Tots or to the mission, or I'm donating everything that's coming back to me right now. Like, and I still have those 2 boxes of puzzles to take to a nursing home.
Of what?
Puzzles.
Oh, puzzles, yeah. That's such a good idea.
Yes, I need to do that because that was a great idea from Deb. Deb had that great idea.
I'm so smart sometimes.
And magazines too. You guys can donate magazines to the homes too.
Yeah. Oh, I just had a bad joke. Bad brain.
Uh-oh, do I want to know?
No. We'll lose all of our viewers. Okay. So, does anybody have any questions in the chat before we go ahead and close out today? We're coming up on our hour. Go ahead and ask your question now. We'll answer you before we get off. But, yeah. Can those M&Ms be donated to nursing homes? Yeah, I would guess so. I mean, I'm going to pull them from Amazon in, is it 30 days that you have to pull your stuff that's expiring?
I think so.
Yeah, so I'll have to pull them February. So.
And what M&Ms are these?
S'mores. Limited edition s'mores.
I'm going to call dibs on it.
You're going to call dibs on it?
Yeah.
Well, do you want 80 bags of s'mores M&Ms? You know, another thing that was a bad buy, those dang Despicable Me Peeps.
Yeah.
I so thought those were going to sell, and I have like 40 packages of them that expired before I could sell them. I did sell some. I don't know if I actually made my money back, but it wasn't a total fail. If I lost money, I think I lost $20. But yeah, so, and I feel so weird about just throwing them away, but I don't like Peeps, so.
Yeah, I don't like Peeps either.
Gross. And some people love them. They're like, oh, Peeps, I love Peeps. Like, huh?
They're weird. I don't mean that. Jeez, we don't need that hate now.
Let's see. Even give them to a food bank. They can give the M&Ms for Christmas. Well, I don't want to give them yet. Like, they still have time to maybe make money. I mean, I have $80 invested in those M&Ms. I'd like to make something off of them before I have to pull them.
Right. I'd be updating the price every day, Deb.
It's the lowest price. What else am I going to do?
You could run some kind of a sale, maybe.
I might do a promoted listing on my ones that I have on eBay, but my ones on Amazon, there's really nothing. They're the lowest price. They're the buy box. I mean, there isn't much else to do.
Yeah.
I don't see any questions. Do you see any questions?
Not really.
Would you get a tax receipt for donating them, though?
I don't know about that. For food?
Yeah, I don't know if you get a tax receipt for donating to the food bank.
You don't. But I just actually dropped off a food donation today, and what they do is they send you a receipt of the weight of how much food you drop off.
Oh, well then I would have 40 pounds of M&Ms.
Oh, goodness.
Because they're half-pound bags, and I have 80 of them. So, 40 pounds of M&Ms. But the Peeps are in a big bag, but they only weigh like a pound. But, all right, well, I guess we're going to go ahead and close out today. I want to finish my office so bad. Like, I almost didn't do a show today just because I want to finish this office so badly. But that's what I'm going to be working on today. What do you guys have planned for the day? I mean, I know you have to go get your rolls. So
Yeah, I have to go by the store. I'm going to do some shipping. Go to the post office. List.
Yeah,
I have to. Go ahead, April.
I have all this stuff I'm looking at behind me that I need to get listed. I have like 10 things I want to get listed today. I need to get listed.
Are you off? Like, are you only off on Thursday, or are you going to be off extra for the holiday, or?
Oh, I'm off Thursday and Friday and the weekend. And then next weekend, I'm off Thursday and Friday. I'm in Chicago.
Is
So,
the
yeah,
campus still full, or those kids didn't go home for the holiday?
some of our
Right?
some of them won't, though, because that's the point of them having an apartment is they want to think that, they grown. So, and most of my students, I would say probably 80% of them are local. So if they go home, it'll just be for like dinner, and then they'll come back so they can try to get drunk. Try to get drunk.
Better watch them, April. You get them. All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and close out for today. Thank you so much for joining us on our little silly show that we do every week on Tuesdays at noon. Make sure to join the Resellers 2 Facebook group so you can get updates on whenever we're gonna do the show, and if you want to reach out to us or have any questions or just talk to each other. So anyway, everybody have a really great holiday. We will see you guys next week.
Bye.